a decade, has taught boys, teenagers, and youth in a unique, practical, and humorous way to learn personal responsibility and self leadership, which is very important. I mean, these are skills that every child should have in the times that we're in. He's also a TEDx speaker. He speaks at youth conferences, he speaks at seminars, schools, youth, and parents platforms, and he also offers consultancy services for individuals and families. Thank you so much, Mr. Ebuka, for agreeing to do this with us, and it's with great pleasure I bring you on, and you just you have the floor to bless us with value that is undeniable tonight. I trust God to, speak to our hearts as He. So, sir, please accept my request and let the journey begin. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. See who we have in the house, Mr. The boys coach himself. If I let me just forget, the boys coach himself, Save the Boys Initiative. I mean, he is pursuing such a great cause, and it is highly commendable, because if we family, like we always say, is the bedrock of society. If we want
Yeah.
people behaving in a better way, we just listen to Mama Irene talking about raising girls. If we want society to be better, it all goes back to our home, and that's what Madam Pauline hammered on in the first session. So this session, the boys coach himself is going to be telling us how to raise emotionally healthy boys, because there are a lot of boys out there that have even become men today, that are not emotionally balanced. They're not healthy emotionally, and they are, taking all of this back to their families, and it is actually causing more harm than good. So I'll just leave you to take over from here, Mr. Ebuka. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you so much. You're doing an amazing work.
Thank you,
Thank you. Can
sir.
everybody hear me? Can you all hear me?
Loud
Okay,
and clear.
beautiful. It's been an amazing time.
Thank
The conference.
you.
I tried to catch up with the first two speakers, and it was really awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
And I'm Irene, awesome woman, doing great things with girls. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me. I'm
A
grateful. All right.
pleasure.
So tonight we're going to be talking about raising emotionally healthy boys. Wow.
Mm, mm.
Yes, I'm really passionate about boys, and this is what I do. And I'm really happy whenever I have to talk about boys. Really, there's a lot going on, and we need to work to really build our boys. Yes. Also, let's get the ball rolling. Like
Mm-hmm.
they said, I'm founder of the Boys Leadership Initiative, and I do a lot of work around them boy child development. So tonight, I'm talking about raising emotionally healthy boys. When most people hear that, I'm sure one of the things that comes to their mind is okay, boys don't cry, all of that. But it's beyond, it's really beyond that. It's really, really beyond that. And I ask people, do we even see the need why we need to do this? Yes, there's
Mm,
every need for us to do that because of the nature, the caliber of men that we are raising in our time. There's a lot going on that we need to do more, from the
mm-hmm.
family system to the society to leadership to all that is going on in our time. Is just a clear evidence that we need to raise our boys holistically. Look at the rate of divorce. Thank you, Pastor Wisdom Osiri. So glad to have you here, sir.
Yes, sir.
All that is going on in the family, even with the leadership in our society. Sometimes people just wake up and ask, who around us. And someone may think, oh, maybe somebody, they didn't, it just fell on them. No, every man you see today was a product of his upbringing. Whatever you see that man, do, whichever way you see them act, is a product of their upbringing. That man who is not showing empathy, who is not compassionate, who is just so vehement, who is just so toxic, that is the mold the world or the system has put that man through as he's growing up. The more that men know it, or the more that a man shouldn't express his emotion, the more that man is to talk down on people. A man is just to be a lion of the tribe of the house. When you come back, everybody's running helter-skelter. The more that a man is just, you're just everything, and you have what you want, and you are the Lord and Master. That is what our boys are seeing. The more that men are violent, you have to shout, you have to scream, you have to hit. One of these, a father told me that they broke my head, that's why I'm correct. If they didn't hit me and broke my head, I can't be correct. So I need to break my son's head in order for him to be correct. That is the mode. That is the mindset most men have. And sincerely, they keep hitting the child. And I even tell them, for you want to hit somebody's head and break somebody's head to be correct, it shows that something is fundamentally wrong with you. Really. So there's a deep issue going on, and we need to begin to address it. Because if we don't, these boys will also grow up thinking that is how a man should be, and then they keep living that way. And every day we hear women complaining, why society, children complaining. I keep asking yourself, how were these men raised? If we don't work to intentionally begin to model empathy, love, compassion, to begin to allow our boys express and bring out what is happening on the inside, we keep having this vicious circle. And we are seeing it everywhere, even with the issues men are going through in life. A man will literally, be in coma before he will say he's sick, because he has been confined to the mode that men don't cry. When a man is sick, you just keep quiet and you are macho. And men are dying of deep issue. Research has shown that more men die of depression, suicide, and all manner of terminal issues. And they are all related to the fact that men are not able to express, to speak up. An average boy, when you say, how are you? Fine. Who is your close friend? Who are you talking to? Who are you sharing? Those to them, they don't understand it. Because to them, a man, why should I talk to somebody about the way I feel? And so they're in that mode, in the deep crisis, and somebody may ask, what then happened? How did we get here? Because in the beginning, it was not so. Because what we are seeing that most boys begin life as an exuberant little people, full of emotions and their feelings. But by the time they began to get trapped into the confines of socialization, and that process that tells them is unmanly to cry, to hurt, to express emotion, then they begin to restrict their expressiveness. And that's why I can see a 2-year-old boy coming to mommy, this happened, this hasn't beat me, they are always expressive, they're always talking. But people will not ask, how come when that child turned 6, 7, 8, that young boy, that small boy that was always coming to express, is no longer talking. It's no longer communicating his pain. It's no longer telling you, this person beat me, this person. What happened to that young boy who was expressive? The mold. Because as these boys keep coming, what I see most parents do is that, why are you talking like a woman? Why are you crying like a woman? Why are you always coming to report like a woman? You shouldn't do that. Is it that small thing they did to you? What are you telling that child? It's not proper for a boy to show emotion. And so people always say, maybe some people feel that women are more emotional than men. But research has shown that everybody is whatever mode you are put into is what you will become. If you build that boy to express himself emotionally, he will grow up to be a boy who expresses himself emotionally. So what we have seen with boys is not natural. It's a mold that we put them. Because when they are younger, at 2, at 3, every boy, every girl comes to report, comes to talk about how they feel, but things begin to change after some time. Why? Because the boys are taught to now be quiet while the girls can speak. I kept sharing this story about how one day we were walking and we saw a boy crying, and the father kept shouting, "Why are you crying like a woman? Keep quiet, you boy. Why are you crying like a woman?" What is that father telling his son? That boys should not cry. That is only women who express. It's only women who talk about how they feel, but as a boy, you should be quiet and keep shut. But when that boy grows up and he's 17, 18, and he's in the house, he's not talking, he's not speaking to you, he's not telling you how he feels. You're asking questions, he's saying all is well, it's fine, and he's just giving you that mood. Then you're wondering, why are you not talking? My son is not talking, my son is not expressing. Why will you be in the house and you lock yourself inside the room and you're not talking to anybody? But that was what you formed him into when he was growing up. So he has gotten to that boys, most boys don't even understand how they feel. They are asking questions. They are coming to you as a parent to talk. This person did this thing happened, this person hit me. I'm not happy with this. They want you to be able to connect with them, to tell them, oh, okay, this is what you should do, this and that. But what we keep seeing are people yelling, shouting on them. There are people who can really connect.
Yes.
That vacuum that has been created, they are filling that up in the streets. And that's why the street is filled with our boys. Do you know what they're looking for? Attention. They're looking for answers. They are asking questions that parents are not answering. Look at LGBT today. Who are those that feel? They are the boys.
Yeah.
They're asking questions that people are not answering, and the world is feeding them with lies. Every boy wants to be led. Every boy wants to also be appreciated. Every boy wants to be affirmed. I was in a live show like this one day, and a boy asked a question. Was it a program for fathers? He said, "My father has never told me he loves me. Why?" And the man moderating said, "It's not our culture. It's Western to tell your son that you love him. That's not our culture." I said, "Really? It's not our culture?" People just feel boys don't want to be appreciated. They are just one hard rock there who just want to eat and play football. And that is the mode. It's not our culture to say I love you. I have so many parents, even mothers. How many of you have told your sons, I love you? Oh, you look good. Oh, you look fine today. Wonderful, amazing. We think it's just the girls who love to be appreciated. And then they are going to the streets to find our answers. They are going to the streets to fill that vacuum. And we are all suffering from the ripple effect of it. And when they are married, they cannot even talk to their wives. By 11 p.m., they are out on the street again. Either they're watching football or they're one joint drinking. Sometimes I go out, I'm coming back, and I see some of these joints filled with men, married men. They can't connect at home. Because the mode they were brought from was a mode that men don't connect at home. So there's a lot of expectation over boys that we are not trained. We are expecting them to be what we have not equipped them to be. It won't fall on them. If we're not intentional to teach, to mold, to model, to guide, they will become monsters. I'm telling you. And that's what we are seeing. And no wonder our prisons are filled with young men. Go to juvenile homes, go to rehabilitation homes. Young men filled there. Go to the courts. Young men, drug addicts. Young men, fraudsters. Young men, everywhere. LGBT, young men. Is it all manner of antisocial behavior? Young men, what are they looking for? Attention, answers that they can't find at home. What are we doing to our boys? What are we raising? When are we going to wake up and correct this mess? Boys need to feel their emotion, because emotional vulnerability is what makes us human. So most boys struggle to express themselves, and so they cannot even identify what they feel, how they feel, and how to express it, because there's a struggle on the inside because of the mood that the society has brought them in. So boys are healthier when they are happy. Boys are healthier when they have a solid emotional expressiveness. They are healthier. They are happier when they can express, when they can show who they are, when they can talk about what they feel. People ask today, men don't have safe space. They are not talking about deep issues. Men don't have, a lot of women have safe space. Men don't have safe space because they've been formed in the mode that a man should not talk about how he feels. So a man does not see a need to have safe space. When we come for programs like this, you will see a lot of women in this conference. Why? Because the men have been taught that they know it all. Have issues, they are okay, they are perfect. Even when a father is killing a child, he feels it's okay. I handled the case of a father who sent his son out of the house because he was, caught masturbating. And he said it's okay, that's what he should do. He should be thrown out of the house. Because a man is groomed to feel that, it's perfect, he doesn't have an issue, anybody that has an issue is evil, is not man enough, and he should be killed. We are really in a deep mess. We are losing our sons to the street. We are losing our sons to juvenile homes, to the prisons, great destinies. We are losing them to cultism, to drugs, to fraudulent activities, because we are caging them. There's a mode we are bringing them in. And you know what now happens? When they grow up and discover that this mode is not working, I can't express myself. I can't be a man. They come to a point where they're like, this is not life. Why can't I talk? Why can't I express? They're going through deep issues they can't bring out. And then we find them in places where they shouldn't be found. And that's why a man will even go and rape a woman, think about it, molest, and it's just so hidden, because hide it, do whatever you want, and live a very corny and slimy life. What are we doing to our boys? Most of us don't know the effect of these words as early as 2, 3, when we keep telling them, you're a man, you're a boy, you shouldn't cry, keep quiet. Is it not a girl that spoke to you? You're crying for a girl. I see mothers who say that. Sometimes when I walk around the neighborhood, I see a lot of boys just moving about, wandering. You don't see girls wandering in the neighborhood. It's boys. Because you're on your own, you know everything. Move, just go. And what they are learning is terrible. I don't know. Somebody saying the network is
okay. I think
bad. Can you hear me?
I think it's from her end.
Okay.
Yes.
But you can hear me loud and clear. Fine.
Yes.
So I'll just talk about few things, what we need to do if we must raise emotionally healthy boys. And the first thing I want to talk about is for us to dismantle the limiting beliefs. And I always say that in meeting, dismantle limiting beliefs. Some people, when they have boys, what they tell them, say, you have 3 boys? You want to die? How are you coping? Really? You will die, yo. Don't die before your time, 3 boys, 2 boys. Hey! I see having a boy has become a curse. I see some parents say, hey, they say I'm going to have a boy, having a boy. So you are living in that mode and that mindset. And what you're doing every day is to expect violence, to expect attack, to expect boys being scattered. Even when you are not, even when it's not happening, that's what you are seeing, because that's what you have been told. Dismantle those rubbish. The gift of the Lord maketh rich and added no sorrow. They tell you, Mama of soldiers. I think having a boy has become a problem. They say, they will so beat you. Some people here, they will so beat you. Is your house normal? Your house is scattered everywhere. They keep feeding you with lies and falsehood and keep putting fear in the inside of you. And then I see some mothers or fathers who will just wait. They say, hey, they say boys are violent too. So let me see. Violent. So when the boy even does any small thing, they said it. They say you will be violent. They said you will be violent. Before you show me violence, let me show you violence. And so some people, thank you. Somebody say, when you are giving us our daughter. And I giving us our daughter. Because, and it's just a mess. And so many parents with that idea, with that mindset, there's, hey, boys are trouble. And what you believe is what you will see.
Yeah, true.
And so when the boy is able, they will tell you boys are manipulative. Don't allow them manipulate you. So even when the boy is coming to express himself, they say, they told me you are manipulative. So you're having a wrong perception, a wrong mindset about who the boy is. If you must raise emotionally healthy boys, dismantle those beliefs, go and bury them. The gift that God has given you is good, is perfect. When a boy is coming to tell you something, don't say, they said it, they said it. They said it. Kill those things. Those things they tell you, your house will be turned upside down. Everything, they will break everything. And some of you will not be expecting, hey, they say they will break my TV. Even when they are not going to the TV, you are rushing, you are living in unnecessary fear. What do you feel? What do you think about the boys? What do you think about the boy child? They say, boys, all of them used to smoke. Be careful. Don't. So even when the boy is tired and the eye is red, say, Ebuka, you started smoking.
Oh my God. That's true.
Ebuka, you started smoking. Your eye. There's a lot of fear and tension that is unnecessary. I see a lot of parents, people parenting boys, parenting with fear. Hey, looking for, what did they say? Where are you going to? What? I say,
oh my God. That's true.
Calm down. I say, calm down. Calm down. Where are you coming from? You went to steal? You did it. Some people say, I heard that boys are stealing. No, they are thieves. They'll start stealing. So even when the money is not missing, say, hey, what they've told me has finally happened. Calm down. You can't parent the boys in fear.
Somebody say you have joined court.
Or when they barb down their hairstyle, they say, you're not a courtist. Ebuka, you're not a courtist. This hair is for courtist. Or when they now wear dirty jeans, that is, you have finished it. You have joined bad gang. Ebuka, you will not kill me before my time. Ebuka, is this what they told me that this is it? Oh my God. God.
So true.
Sometimes when I go to handle some cases, at the end of the day, the boy is just saying, I don't know what my mother is talking about. I don't know what my father is talking about.
True.
It's just dismantle those beliefs. If you don't trust your son, then you can't help him build healthy emotion. Because that boy will grow up feeling that he can't be trusted. Men can't be trusted. Do you know what you're not telling him? To live in a lie. Okay, since I went out and I told them I went to this place. And they said it's a lie. That means my parents like lies. Let me tell them lies. So most time we bring the boys to a place where they will keep telling lies because we don't believe the truth they are saying. And so, yes, they will tell you a lie. And I've seen boys who say, since my mother is always saying I'm going to do this and I'm not doing it, let me just start doing it so that when they are telling me, I will be happy that I did it.
True.
Calm down, calm down. This man, kill those beliefs you hear about boys. Or when they tell you, they say boys don't used to take their bed, so their rooms are always scattered, you know, and so you now be like, So when some things are happening in the house, when the room is scattered, you now say, these damn boys will scatter. They said it. Let's begin to see God's gifts the way God gave us. We are having serious issues with our boys. They can't connect. They can't connect. And that's why the streets filled with boys, drugs. You know what they're looking for? Answers. Most boys that sometimes when I see boys on drugs or some God, the only thing I even give is attention. Once you just give attention, they leave. Because what they've been yearning for, they say, I hugged the boy one day, say, really? So a man can really hug me and show affection? A man can say, I love you? I told one boy one day I was laughing. He said, no. It's not possible. Then a man can't show this. Say, are you really normal? And I'm not, and it's so unfortunate that our fathers who should be modeling these emotions, healthy emotions, are the lions in the house. When they are around, everybody runs to their hiding. Because there's one thing, it's just a mess. Let me go on. I've dwelt on this point for so long. Please dismantle those beliefs if you must raise healthy boys. Secondly, I would say, make your home a safe haven for emotions. Make your home a safe place to express emotion. Or if you're emotional, they will say you are gay. Very true. Yes, you know, they will say you are gay. Boys should not express. So you just have to be hard and not, you know, how are you? Fine. Oh, good. Oh, just shockwave.
Yeah.
And that's what we are raising. Some women, you can affirm to that. Some of your husbands, you keep wondering, what kind of a man is this? Why is my husband like this? That's the way he was trained, though. Sorry. That is the mold the society put him in. So he shouldn't express. You'll be crying sometimes, you'll be wondering why the man cannot cry. Why his eyes dry? Because he has been taught not to cry. You'll be wondering, why is my husband like this? Things that are affecting or bothering people doesn't bother him. Because that is what he has been taught. That is what he has been. Hi, Jason, I can see you. That is how he was raised. What are we doing? So, he said, I married one. I'm sure the women can affirm. Affirm to that. Most time I feel for the women because I thought that is the way we were raised. And that's the mode. And unconsciously, we have just found ourselves in that. And we feel that is how every man should behave. So, it's not the fault of your husband. That is just the way they were trained. And a woman, you can see you are emotional, you can express because we are raised to express, and that's why you express it. So if you also raise that boy to express, he will grow up being a loving man who can express, who can even show compassion when something happens. Secondly, make your home a safe place to express emotion. And whenever I talk about this, I use the illustration. Some people say, they say we are Christians. Our own is to read Bible and pray and do devotion and go to church. And I say, the Jesus we are learning from, we didn't learn well. Okay, how do you make a young boy share when he doesn't want to share? That's how he has been trained not to share, not to talk. Like I said, when a boy is 2, 3, he's expressive, but as he begins to grow and he's being shut down, not just by you, even in the school, even in the class. I was talking to one of my mentees last week, and he said, and the teacher told him, why are you crying in the class? Keep quiet, you're a boy. So that's the mode, and that's what they just grow with, right? So back to you have to help that boy unlearn. and it's a process. It takes time to help him unlearn, to help him unlearn. I have a lot of boys in my so I'm seeing some of my mentees here, some of them my personal mentoring and coaching sessions, and these are the things we learn every day, and I can see a lot of results. I'm getting amazing feedbacks from parents, really. So I say most people say I'm learning from Jesus, but the same Jesus we are learning from, maybe he carried his disciples to the river and they were roasting fish and eating together. The same Jesus, maybe his disciple we saw where one of the disciples, even lean on his shoulder to talk to him. He was accessible. They could talk to him. They could cry before him. They could go and fishing. They can go and eat and roast. They can go to the river, get fish and roast and eat together. Why is your own following of Jesus different from the Jesus you are learning?
Yeah.
Jesus did not only take his disciples to the temple. They went out. They went to the river to fish and eat. They were dining on the table. Somebody say even Jesus wept. Jesus, that is our perfect example, wept. He showed emotions. Our learning must be complete.
Yes.
Okay, so you are taking the child to church. Are you hanging out? Are you helping that boy, unleash energy in a positive way? When are you talking? Most people think it's just family meeting. Oh, this morning is family meeting. Tell me what you have done. If you don't do that, you will go to hell and die. If it's you, self, they put in that kind of position, will you talk? We need to be skillful. We need to be strategic. Sometimes when you have the most effective conversations, and not in serious meetings, a walk. You are cooking in the kitchen. Come and pan pepper for me. You are talking. Oh, let's join me to the market and let's go. And you are talking. Oh, let's take a ride together. And you are talking as you drive. Okay. Oh, you're going to play football today. Can I come and watch you? And on your way back, you're talking about it, and you're bringing conversations skillfully. Not family meeting. Come in this morning. Come and tell me what's happening to you.
Oh my God. So sad.
Is your home a safe haven for emotions? Look at the story of the prodigal son. With all the boy did, he said, I will arise and go to my father. He knew that he had a home that he could go back to. He knew that he had a place that no matter the mess he has gone through, he can go back and his father will receive him. He knew. He knew that his home was a safe haven for emotion. Is your home a safe haven for emotions? Is your home a place where you're the darkness of the mistakes and you will say, welcome, my son. It's so disheartening when I say, Father, say, I'm disowning you. You did this. You can what you have cost me. My goodness. Your own child, your own son, you throw out. Is your home a safe haven for emotion? Can they come back? Look at the distortion going on. Look at today, we just heard that our almighty Superman, that most of our boys is like an idol to them. They learn. He's coming out to say gay, and the next series is going to that's the kind of issues that our boys are going through. They can't understand. How do you explain this to a 6 years old boy that the Superman is a gay, but gay is not good to be a gay? Look at the issues they are having. They're having questions that even you can't even answer. You're having issues of doctrine. Look at today. This one says this. That one says that. Doctrines everywhere. They are confused. These boys are confused that people who don't go to school, who are into fraud, are making billions of dollars, and you're asking them to go to school and not to be involved in fraud. They can't understand it. They are confused that the community Your home must be a safe haven for emotions where they can come in anytime and express how they feel. Then you must model love and empathy. And that's what we are seeing in most homes. You're always fighting with your husband and you tell your boy to be a loving man. No,
never.
Can't work. You're a man always shouting on your wife and you tell your boy to be a loving man. Your wife is pregnant. She's the one cooking, washing, sweeping, mopping, dying on it. She's the one serving. You're crossing your legs. You see, carry. She's all. And you tell that boy to show love and empathy. He doesn't understand.
Yeah.
He can't understand it.
True.
So most times you're telling your boy, don't come back late. But you come back by 12 midnight, 11 p.m. He can't understand. Read your book. But as a father and as a mother, they've not seen you reading.
With one book.
They can't understand. Model empathy. Whatever you want to see that boy do, model it. Some parents talk as if they are very perfect people who have never had issues in life. Some have had crushes. You have not even told your son how you had crushes and how you were able to overcome. I talk to 16-year-old boys who have never been taught sex education, like seriously.
Wow.
Nobody has taught them what it means to have a crush, what to do. That at puberty you have erection, even a sex erection. Nobody is telling them morning erection. Nobody is talking to them about nocturnal emission, wet dreams. And boys are having wet dreams and are depressed as if they are not normal. Skillful conversations. I was in a meeting last month, secondary school, and I was talking to boys about LGBT. Some parents say, no, hey, it's not appropriate to talk to them about LGBT. Secondary school.
Oh my God.
Secondary school? Oh, okay. Spider-Man, Superman now. Who is watching Superman? Shebi is nursery and primary. I was talking to a boy. I was having a conversation with a boy. I was teaching about LGBT, showing the flag. And the boy said, I always see this thing whenever I'm playing game. The flag always pop up for me to click. So thank you for telling me. If not, I would have just clicked, not knowing what I'm doing. These people that are after our sons, they are not sleeping. They are not sleeping.
They are not.
They are not sleeping. We can't be sleeping. So you can't have a child going to a boarding school, secondary school, and you say you shouldn't talk about LGBT. You should know what to tell them. Who are they? What's the full meaning? How do you recognize them? What are the tail signs? What are the red flags? What are the red flags? You must learn to talk about them. Sex education. Okay, these are things, because these things are happening in schools.
Yeah.
I was even telling somebody during the pandemic, I handled more cases of boys between the ages of 8 to 11 in pornography. The online classes, pornography. And then you are not having porn literacy education. Your child is already in secondary school. There are healthy ways to have. I can't begin to tell you what is appropriate, what's not appropriate. It's a different book. They will have sex education class for boys that we do for their age. What to do, how to. Yes, we have classes. I'll talk about it. When, how. It was an amazing time in the last Boys Leadership Academy we hold every August. We had over 100 participants from different parts of the world. Deep lessons. If our boys were like, what? Yeah. I'm hearing this for the first time. I've been seeing this. This is happening to me. I didn't know. I was even depressed. I was even unhappy. I didn't know this was what I was going through. And you could see light. You could see brightness. Happy that they are hearing. You can tell them what they are going, especially at puberty. It's tough for boys at puberty. The testosterone, the rush of energy, everything. Boys can't understand what they are going through, what they are feeling, and nobody is explaining to them. Why am I having erection? Why am I having feeling? Why am I feeling this way? At puberty, boys, they want to break everything. They act at impulse. They are full of energy. They can be angry. They can do this. They can do that. A lot happen at puberty. Parents don't even know. They are not communicating. So your boy don't even know what he's going through and how he's feeling. And this is what we do at our master class, our Leadership Academy program for boys. You can see the brightness. They're saying, wow, thank you, coach. Every day I receive calls from boys, different places. Coach, I want to talk to you. I have this question. Just before this call, I've gotten like 3 calls between 6 and 7. Oh, this, I saw this. Oh, what should I? And you can see the brightness. You can see the joy that somebody's explaining to them how they feel. Are you having conversations? Porn conversation, sex conversation, sexuality, emotion, doctrines, conversation. How is your devotion? Is it even creative? Because at this age, boys, the opinion of their peers at puberty, when they are adolescents, it means it is more important to them than that of their parents. How are you able to communicate? They are not used to routine. Oh, this every morning the same thing. They are easily bored. Some of them are having attention issues at puberty. They cannot stay for 30 minutes and read their book. It's just puberty. How are you helping them to understand that phase and non-transit? That's why you see boys who are men who are 25 see acting like teenagers. They didn't transit well. Nobody taught them what to do to transit. What are we doing? What conversations are we having with our boys? There's a lot I could say in this meeting. I've been working with boys for over a decade, and each time you see boys crying. Most of the boys who are even struggling with homosexuality, I can't tell their parents that their boys are struggling with homosexuality. A number are struggling. A number have been molested at 6. I don't want to talk about sexual abuse of boys. Research has shown that more women abuse boys than even men abuse boys. We just think it's normal, it's okay. House girls are abusing our boys on a daily basis.
Yes.
I've had a case where even an auntie, a mother's younger sister, abusing this boy for over 6 years. House girls, barbers. Yes. Experiences of sexual abuse and the ripple effect is having on them. And so when they are teenage, they are depressed, they are not happy because they are struggling big time. People can't understand them. Say you're flat, you're promiscuous, but they don't want to know where this all started. During the pandemic, when we had a lot of rape issues, I went to interrogate some of the boys. And almost a lot of them were victims of sexual abuse. They will keep sharing their experiences, crying. He said, I can remember at 6 how this started. This woman, my neighbor, because he's a boy, anybody can say, go anywhere, move about. Our boys are struggling big time. So if you want to build emotionally strong boys, have conversations. Look at the story we saw last week about the boy who was taken to a rehab. And we later found out that his father was having anal sex with him, his stepfather. And so he was using the battery to cover the arrows of his brother so that the man will not do the same thing to his brother. And his mother did not believe. Nobody believed him. People covered it, even when other counselors here. That's what happened to boys. Oh, why should he? Are you not a man? Why did he? Didn't he enjoy it? It's nothing. Now you're a man. If you know what this is doing to the mind of our boys, most boys who are promiscuous were all victims of sexual abuse. It opened them up before time.
Yeah.
And for boys, when they are sexually abused, it's difficult to decode because they are now more mature, they are now more quiet, acting older than their age. You need to be strategic. You need the third eye to understand when we are raising our boys. As I close, we are going through a deep mess in the society for boys that are not trained. Let's wake up. Look at the issue of rape. If our boys are safe, the girls are safe. Look at even the money you have in the bank is not safe. Somebody is sitting down with laptop somewhere, siphoning your money. Look at drugs. Look everywhere. We cannot even travel from one city to the other because somebody is standing on the road. One illiterate will kill you. There's a PhD holder for nothing. What can we do? Even in Nigeria, we have over 68% out of school boys and 38% girls, 32% girls. What is really happening? We are going to wake up to this reality of where we are as a nation, as a people. Look at our homes. Our fathers are disconnected from our children. Husbands are disconnected from their wives. When are we going to go back to the drawing board and begin to raise our boys' rights? To start teaching them what to do. To start modeling empathy, showing them compassion, teaching them respect and boundaries. To start making them feel loved and accepted as they grow. I can go on and on and on. But we must be intentional if we want to raise emotionally healthy boys, because whatever we inculcate is what they will become tomorrow. Let me stop here because already an hour, so that I can take few questions.
Oh my God! Wow, wow! This has been so insightful, very expository, and you can feel the vibes, from the comments. Everybody, all the mama of soldiers, they are campaigning, they want extra time and all of that. But you know what? Just after this session, just go and follow Coach Ebuka. You can see his handle from the live icon. He's Coach Ebuka. If you go to
Ebuka
my page,
underscore boys coach.
Boys coach.
Ebuka underscore boys coach. Ebuka underscore boys coach. Yeah.
If you go back
to social media or my official handles, Save the Boys Initiative. Just as Save the Boys Initiative, you also see our official handles. Yes. But my own personal handle is Ebuka underscore boys coach. Ebuka underscore boys coach. Yes.
Please follow
And somebody was asking me if we will do program for boys. Yes, we do a lot of programs for boys. Our academy in August, we couldn't even take everybody because we needed a particular number. Because we followed through for a long time. So we're having another cohort in December, and we're having more boys coming. It's an amazing time. We run personal mentoring session for boys, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, depending on. We have a lot of programs and activities for boys and parents. Just follow our handle and you get to know a lot of things that we do. And we have a book.
For
my
the
book for boys, The Journey into Manhood. Yes, you can also get that for your boy. Yeah.
Okay. So for the boys coaching, do you have like an age you work with? Do you have an age?
Yes, I work from 8 years.
Okay, from 8 years.
Okay. Yes. So people that have boys below 8 years have been clamoring and begging me. But I keep asking them if your boy can learn very well through Zoom, because most of my sessions are online, because boys from different places. Why not? But
boys have been neglected. We just focus so much on the girls, and the boys are just there on their own. And everything he said was so profound, because you go out to the streets, even though the girls are there are so many boys out there. They just need one thing: attention. And there's something I like to share with parents. You know, I say that, for example, to disturb me. Even if you notice, my daughter, she just tried to touch my cheek, but she did not disturb me, and she's still very young because I've already settled them. Now, when these boys are left to themselves, no attention, nothing, they go out there to look for attention, and the worst thing is that they're going to get in touch with the wrong set of people, because those are the people we put together for transformation. We need to be transformed. It's not about getting knowledge anymore. It is about applying this knowledge that we're getting. All the three speakers that have come have blown the roof off. Please go back. I'm going to save everything on my IGTV. Go and watch these sessions again with your journals. I want you to take down notes, because I mean, what's the point if you come here to spend, you know, some people have been here since 4 p.m. and at the end of the day, we go back to usual, we go back to the normal. Do you understand? So please let us just try to be more intentional. Let us try to implement
I say when he's having nocturnal emission or erection, have you had erection before? Can you explain that? So you need a male mentor if the father is not present, and very, very key for the boy, please, because I've had a lot of boys in that shoe, and they were really happy they got a male mentor. And secondly, I would say, lastly, is beyond even the physical. We saw this right from the time of Moses and even Jesus, where there was a decree to kill every male child. And in our time, we also see the enemy trying to ruin the life of the male children, because they know the purpose of God that is, you know, hanging over them. So we must be strategic, must be prayerful, as we are skillful also in doing this. And God will preserve our seeds. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much. I'm seeing all the comments.
So
Thank you so much.
And before we go,
Okay.
somebody asked the question. She said, how do we start if we haven't made our home a safe haven? How do we start?
Okay, beautiful. Making your home a safe haven. I always tell people, sometimes what makes our home really lively or fun, or a place where people can really talk, are not really very big things. Having your plan, the home, making the house happy and lively. There are little things like, eating together, little things like taking a walk together, cooking together, playing together. Boys will not just come and start talking. When you have to create that opening, they have to see that you are sincere and you are open and your heart is open for them to come in. And I say, boys are not even that secretive. Once you are open, boys are people that they will call, wow, they will just keep talking, once they find that opening. So making your home safe haven means creating avenues where your home is not toxic, is not tensed, where people are not coming back agitated, afraid. They know they are looking up to something. Oh, tonight you're making fried rice and this. Even though it's something they've eaten before, just announcing and making it look fun. Or we are having our tea today with toasted bread instead of, it will not cost anything. Just something to lighten up the mood in your home. And always letting them know you can come back and talk to me if there's anything, any issue at all. I will never, abandon or throw you out. Just affirming to them every day that they can always come to you. And when they come, no matter how, some things I hear some, I'm sitting with somebody, I hear some things that you just have to gather yourself. Sometimes I just go, excuse myself, I go to the bedroom and I cry. And I come back and pretend as if nothing happened. Because some issues are so deep. But you must not show the boy that, just gather yourself, especially mothers. Because people are the ones always available, even though we need the fathers to model manhood to them. He's a man. But try to always let them know they can always come back. They can always come back. That the house is open, your arms are open to receive, no matter how difficult or tough that issue may be. It's gradual, but when you get there, then your boys will always speak. Once you get them to that place where they can always talk. If your son is not talking, he's not a teen of pride, though. That is why he's not talking. Oh, no. A boy should talk. They should express. When I say my boy is talking too much, I say, it's good, though. Let them talk too much. Please, it's better. Those are the things I think you need to do to make your home a safe haven for emotions. All right.
Okay, and I'll just add something to that. When we are affirming our children, when we are praising our children, a child comes back home, the child comes with a very good grade, or he does very well in his sports classes or whatever, and then you begin to praise the child for that thing he has done. Oh, I love you so much. You passed, you did so well, I love you. You know what? It's not bad. But that is not complete, because you are praising that child and the child feels that my father loves me because I do so well in my academics, I do so well in my sports lessons and all of that. So when you are praising your child, when you want to affirm your child, let the child know that you love him regardless.
Very true.
Whether he passes the exams or
not.
That even if something happens tomorrow, the first thing that girl or that boy is thinking of is, let me call my mom, let me call my dad. He's not thinking about how to run away from home, because you have made the child understand that I love you. That is the fundamental right of every child. Love from the parents. No matter whether the child has bow legs or thin legs or whatever, that child deserves 100% love from the parents. And other ways you can make your home, the communication lines open in your home is to be free. Sometimes you have to come down from that your parental pedestal.
From that high horse, come down.
For example, when my husband comes back from work sometimes, from the door, he has loosened his tie. Before you know it, this man is on the floor. He is rolling. Everybody is laughing, falling on the floor. And you will not believe that this is the same young man that you saw out there forming boss. Do you understand? So you need to, when you're home, like our coach said, it's a heaven. You need to be yourself. You need to be free. You are not forming for anybody. Be vulnerable to your children as well. I'm not saying put all your troubles or everything you are going through with them. You have to do with discretion. But be vulnerable. Let them see that, daddy can laugh. Play games together. There was a time I shared some on my Instagram page. You can just turn off the lights in your room. Everybody hold touch lights and you begin to shake them. Dance. You can do pillow fights. There are so many inexpensive ways you can actually create fun. You can go on a walk. You can plant a tree. You can plant a seed or whatever. You can begin to share that plant with your child. So many ways you can connect with your child. But the most important thing is you need to calm down. You need to come down and befriend your child.
Calm down.
Don't do lion of the tribe of your home. Because if you want to remain up there, they will go and look for their own level. They will go and look for their level out there. They want for people that are ready to. Now, like Coach said, how many times have we taken our children out? How many times have you taken your boys out to go and get a drink? To go out nightlife? I'm not saying go out and stay out late, but in the evening, you just go out for a walk, you get a drink or something. I tell you, these are the times that your boys will open up. They will talk. They will tell you.
That is the truth.
But most times when you plan a particular moment, like, okay, this is our family time, let's come and talk, they won't talk. So you need to get what's up as well. If they are wearing
Very
their face
true.
cap like this, you too wear your own face cap to the other side. Wear your Timberland and go. Be on their level. You know, they will
Very
talk to
true.
you. But when you're always
And then,
doing
yeah.
boss,
Ah.
they will be afraid. You are closing the communication lines, and they will
Very
think
true.
that you are going to judge them. Do you understand? But when they see that you're on their level, they know that, okay, I can be vulnerable with you and you are not going to
Very
judge
true.
me. So I just
And most of those conversations start from trending issues. Some people don't even know what is trending among young people. You don't know the latest song. You don't know. Some people don't even know who James Brown is. You know, what are these things they like? You don't know the recent challenge going on TikTok. These are the things you bring in conversations. You start from there. They know that something. My father is current. You know, these are the conversations. Hey, daddy, you really, you know, you just say one phrase, something that is trending, and that's where it starts from.
Exactly.
When you're talking about affirmation, I shared a story in my TED talk about a boy, real life story. Who came home with a result. He passed, but he was not the best in his class. And the father started insulting him. You can never amount to anything in life. How many people in your class that took first? Did they have 10 heads? You know, and the father insulted him that you're a failure. And you know that was the last time that boy brought a pass result home. Since my father said I'm a failure, let me actually show him I'm a failure. And for 5 years, this boy kept failing, kept failing, so that will show my father that I'm a failure. And people may ask, why would the boy take the word so seriously? Because that is the man modeling manhood to that boy. And the words that the father said to the boy, they take it so dearly, dearly. That's why when a father hurts a boy, when you say a word to them, they don't forget it. They may forget that of the mother. But that one the father say, it hit them so deep. Because that is the man showing them how to be a man, modeling it. So whatever you say, they take it serious. And that boy was failing for life. It's still difficult to reconcile him and the father. That word, he has not forgotten it for over 6 years. We must be careful of the word. Affirm them. Oh, you did well. Even when you don't do so well, there's a way you can correct. There's a way you can first show love that you made effort before you can even understand. And I tell parents, I put back, it's difficult for them to have, you know, that attention. You must help them to really find the best way to learn, understand their learning style. Okay, how do they learn? Is it through interaction, through this? And bring those avenues through which they can learn. And they will really thrive in it. You must understand our boys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
Coach.
you.
And my final word before we leave tonight. 2 things I want to say to parents here. The first thing is, do not worry that your children are not listening to you. Just be worried that they are watching you. You don't need to talk too much. Just be worried that they are watching you. And the second thing I want to say is this: never ever say to your child, I am disappointed in you. You can say, and don't ever tell your child, I am disappointed in you. It is one of the most destabilizing statements a child can hear. And we are all about building our children and not pulling them down. Let us not be the instrument that will push our children out there to the world. Thank you so much, Coach Ebuka, for coming. I can't appreciate you enough. What's new? Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you for sharing so much value with us. I really appreciate. And we're going to do more of this, you know, in time to come. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dear parents. Thank you for staying through from 4 p.m. till now. I really appreciate you all. Tomorrow we have 2 sessions. We have the financial expert that is coming to talk to us about proper budgeting for parenting. I know money matters. That one is very, in fact, for you to parent properly, you need to get your finance right. Because I've seen parents overburdening children because, you know, they want them to begin to provide, you know, from a very young age. So that's something you want to come and learn tomorrow. And then we also have one of our speakers that will be talking about understanding your true identity as a parent. Please do not miss any of those sessions. You see that identity as a parent, don't miss it. These speakers are loaded and they are here to serve you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you. I'm going to save the video. So the 2 videos are already on my IGTV. I'm going to save this one so you can always go back to replay and take notes and then implement all of these things. You can also share, with other parents as well. Thank you so much. God bless you. And cheers to the purposeful parent. We will all win in parenting. All of these lessons cannot be in vain. Transformation will happen in the name of Jesus. We have prayed for this conference that God himself will open the eyes of the understanding of every parent so that as the words are coming, they will be hitting us hard. And the grace to be able to put all of this into practice will be released. God has already released that grace. So it is left for you to tap in. You can do it in Jesus' name. Thank you so much. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.